Sudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 16. Krishna chastises the serpent Kaliya. Text from 32, 34. So 32, 33 has no purport. So I'll just read the translation. Then we will chant together 34. Text 32. Their minds very much disturbed. Those saintly ladies place their children before them and then bow down to the Lord for all creatures. Lying their bodies flat upon the ground, they desire the liberation of their sinful husband and the shelter of the Supreme Lord and giver of the ultimate shelter. And thus they folded their hands in supplication and approached him. Text 33. The wives of the Kaliya serpent said, the punishment of this offender has been subjected to is certainly just. After all, you have incarnated within this world to cut down envious and cruel persons. You are so impartial that you look equally upon your enemies and your own sons. For when you impose a punishment on a living being, you know it to be for his ultimate benefit. Please repeat now, text 34. Anugraha ayam gritaha bhavataha kritaha hi naha dandaha asatam te kalu kalmasha apaha yat dandashukatvam amusya dehinaha krodaha api te anugraha eva sammataha. Anugrahoyam bhavatah krito hinom dando shatam te khalu kalmashapaha yadhandha sukatvam amusya dehina Krodhopi te nugraha eva sammataha. Anugrahoyam bhavata krito hinom dhando satam te kalu kalmashapaha yadhandha sukatvam amusya dehina krodhopi te nugraha eva sammataha. Anugrahoyam bhavata krito hinom dhando satam te kalu kalmashapaha yadhandha sukatvam amusya dehina कृतोऽपि तेऽनुग्रह एव सम्मतः अनुग्रहोऽयं भवतः कृतो हि नो सतां ते यद्धन्दसुखत्वमुस्य देहिनः कृतोऽपि तेऽनुग्रह एव सम्मतः अनुग्रहोऽयं भवतः धन्दो सतां ते कल्मषापः यद्धन्दसुखत्वमस्य देहिनः धेनुग्रह एव धन्दसुखत्वम् माताजी ग्रहो अनुग्रह mercy. I am this bhavatah by you, kritaha done. He indeed, naha to us, dandaha punishment, asatam of the evil, te by you, khalo indeed, kalmashapaha the dispelling of their contamination. Yet, because dhanda shukatvam, the condition of appearing as a serpent, amursha of this kalya, dehinaha, the conditioned soul, krodhaha, anger, api, even, te, your, anugraha, as mercy, eva, actually, sammataha, is accepted. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Translation: what you have done here is actually mercy for us, since the punishment you give to the wicked certainly drives away all their contamination. Indeed, because this conditioned soul, our husband, is so sinful that he has assumed the body of a serpent, your anger toward him obviously to be understood as your mercy. purport. Srila Madhvacharya points out in this connection that when a pious person suffers in this world, he realizes the punishment the Supreme Lord is meting out to me is actually His causeless mercy. Envious person, however, even after being punished by the Lord for their purification, continue to envy Him and be resentful, and this attitude is the reason for their continued failure to understand the absolute truth. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Putale Srimate Bhakti Vikas Swami Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Putale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshana Vadi Prashadi Deshcharine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Again, translation. What you have done here is actually mercy for us, since the punishment you give to the wicked certainly drives away all their contamination. Indeed, because this conditioned soul, our husband, is so sinful that he has assumed the body of a serpent, your anger toward him is obviously to be understood as your mercy. So now we are continuing to hear this wonderful pastimes of Lord Krishna chastising serpent Kaliya. So far we heard that Krishna came and prepared himself, jump over Kaliya from the Kadamba tree, and the Kaliya became very furious and wants to attack Krishna, but Krishna was so nicely jumping on Kaliya's horse and dancing very nicely, and this dance, of course, for Kaliya was not so nice. He was feeling heavy pain because the Supreme Lord is heavier than the heaviest can be. He can be also the very light. He can just lay down on the lap of Mother Yashoda and, like small baby. But when Trinavrata was carrying, remember, he was so heavyweight. So here also Kaliya felt very heavy because the Supreme Lord, Krishna, he is, having in his stomach everything, all the creation, all the millions and millions of universe, everything comes from him. So he's become heavy. So Kaliya was not only spit out all his poisons, and then the blood also came. So you understand, when we have some boils on the body, and the pus created, it becomes, very painful once you cut out and then all the pus comes out, then you press more, then blood comes, means the pus is cleared, is going to cure quickly. So that is the symptom. So now, after seeing this, Kaliya is, spitting out the blood, and suddenly the wives of Kaliya, they are appear in the scene, and now here we see that they come and offer their obeisance. Here in the verse 32, it says that their minds very much disturbed. Those saintly ladies place their children before them and then bow down to the Lord of all creatures. So, because naturally being a devotee of the Lord, and they have a compassion, also because Kaliya is their husband, so naturally some feelings are there to save him. And also here we see that they place their children before them and bow down to the Lord. So Acharyas explained that when you see children, naturally the compassion is induced the compassion. When some elderly person, even here we experience sometimes, you see some man, some mad fellow roaming around, hungry, not eating anything. You have a compassion, but if same situation, if some small baby, no one will ignore. Everybody feel some compassion. Everyone wants to help, because children are helpless. They need help. They need somebody's support. So now their father is being punished heavily. So if the children put in front and if they pray to the Lord, it definitely is going to induce the mercy of the Lord. So this is the idea why they put their children like that. And also here it says that laying their bodies flat upon the ground. So we know from the beginning, hearing this Leela, that there was Yamuna river, and then the side of Yamuna river there is one big lake. In that lake, Kaliya is resided, and then Krishna jumped in the lake, and then Kaliya came up upon hearing the heavy sound. Then all these pastimes is happening. So now suddenly here it says that laying their bodies flat upon the ground. So one of the commentary by Sridhar Swami, he says, upon the ground means in that very place underneath the water, or else on the shore. So it's like where it is happening, is explained in the same place where Krishna is dancing on the hood of Kaliya, underneath the water or on the shore. And Jiva Goswami and Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur giving a little different explanation. They say that placing their bodies upon the ground means it hints that there was an island in the middle of the lake. So both of them are saying the same point. So either this or that. And also, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sanatana Goswami says that it may be asked why are not afraid of their husband's offense. Why they are praying to Lord and asking Him to relieve. So that reply that He is the Lord of all bhutas, means the Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is He is the Lord for all the living beings. So, in other words, he said that the Nagapatnis, they are there to approach the Lord because of having no other goal beside Him. So, because they are devotees, they know only the Supreme Lord, and so they can approach only Him, so therefore they are there to approach Him. And also, Sanatana Goswami says that they desire the liberation of Kaliya, means their husband, even though he was an offender, why they desire if he is offended? So because they were saintly persons, they were devotees, devoted to their husband, and also they were fully devoted to the Supreme Lord Krishna. So naturally, they have compassion. So they are praying to the Lord. And also here in the verse 33, it says that here the prayers, they start, wives of Kaliya. In the first verse, it starts with Nyayayo. Nyayayo Dhanda Krita Kilpiches Smims. Nyaya means is word to word, its meaning is given fair and just. So the way they approaching the Lord, they say it's nyaya, it's fair, what you are doing, the punishing our husband because he is such a sinful person, he is an envious person, he should be punished. So it's not that they are accusing the Lord because my husband is punished. They're not in that way. Here generally we see somebody in some difficult situation, somebody died, close relatives, or they lose their business or something happened. Immediately they blame the Lord. Why do you do like this? But they don't think that maybe because of my karma, maybe because, not maybe because of my karma, so I get this punishment. They don't think like that. So, but here we see that approaching Lord in such a way that Lord, hears them and show His compassion. So after all, you have incarnated within this world to curb down the envious and cruel persons. So you are so impartial that you look equally upon your enemies and your own sons. So they are kind of glorifying the Lord, what He is doing, the punishing and how He is equally punishing even if his own son, all these things is saying, what you're doing is right, is nothing is wrong like that. So this is very nice way to approach the Lord. First you glorify, speak the wonderful, qualities of the Lord or His activities, glorify Him. Then you come to the point for what you are approaching, later. So here we see that immediately they are not asking, please release our husband and give him liberation or anything like that. First they are glorifying. Actually, in fact, Sridhar Swami, he gives one split up because of the Nagapatni's prayer starts from this verse, from 33. So he gives one split up of all the prayers. He says the first 6 verses, they express their agreement with the punishment. And then he says that the next 10 verses, they offer obeisance to Lord Hari. And then last 5 verses, the wives of Kaliya, they submit their prayerful request. So request comes in the end, why they approach the Lord. So that's the last thing. So not that you come in the front of the Lord, immediately you pull out your, the list. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. Prabhupada says, Dhanam dehi, Rupam dehi, this dehi. This is what they do. Kali Puja in Kolkata, Prabhupada said that, they just ask, give me, give me, give me. So that's not the way. Therefore we have a very nice, wonderful system Prabhupada is established every day. Come for darshan of the Lord, immediately, Venam Ganantam Aravinda Dalaya Daksha. Wonderful prayer, describing the wonderful, beautiful form of the Lord. Angani Yasya Sakalendri Vrittiman. These 2 verses are sung. So this is how you approach the Lord. Not that immediately ask for some benefit or some relief from some suffering. So then, today verse, the 34th verse, here you see that verse starts with the anugraha word. Anugraha means mercy. So actually in this verse, 2 times this word is used. So what you have done here is actually mercy for us. So the punishing Kaliya, Nagapatni says that it is mercy for us. Since the punishment you give to the wicked certainly drives away all their contamination. So because Kaliya is having, due to his sinful reaction, is the serpent body, so he will be get purified by your punishment. So therefore, even though here is say that your anger toward him is obviously to be understood as your mercy. Even though apparently that Lord Krishna is punishing him like that, but actually they understand properly that is the mercy of the Lord, because he is going to get relieved from this serpent body. And he got purified also from his sinful reactions. So that's really mercy of, upon Kaliya. So here in the purport, Srila Madhvacharya is quoted. This is very important point to understand. That when something happens, some difficult situation comes, how we react it depends on whether we are a pious person or impious person. So sometimes you see, people are in the same situation, like we give this example very often when we preach, that there are two brothers, twins, they born in same situation and grown up, same situation, like one become very famous lawyer, very wealthy person, very famous person, and another became completely, he was also famous, but as a thief. So they were interviewed them, both of them. How is happened that one of you became a very famous lawyer, another became a famous thief? So the lawyer say, you see, my father was a drunkard and he was very irresponsible and he didn't take care of us, and my mother was very sick and there was no food to eat and no shelter. So when I was small, I didn't know what to do. So somehow or other, I have to work and then earn money a little bit, and then slowly I went to school, then I studied, then by also same time part-time I was working, then I slowly came up and then got educated, then I became a lawyer. And then the other person, when he asked, he also said the same thing. You see, my father was very irresponsible, he was drunkard and he did not take care of the family. So mother also was very sick and I was hungry, I didn't know what to do. So I just went, because of hungry, I stolen some food and then continued like that, and then I remained as a thief. So see, the same situation for both of them, and one is seen as the whole situation differently, and another one is seen as completely differently. So if we are brought up in nice cultured, traditional family, mostly you have a choice to think when something happen, some difficulties you go through, then you understand this is because of my sinful reaction in the past, so I'm getting this difficult situation, so some or other I have to tolerate and then serve the Lord and purify myself. This is how they think. Even now, I used to hear many times, and something happened, and especially in Brahmin family, they used to say prarabdha. The word is they use. We can see in Nectar of Devotion, shloka is there. Aprarabdha, prarabdha, kuta, bija, all these words are there. Is fully described. Prarabdha means the result which you already manifest for your past activities. So even non-Brahmin family, many times in the past, at least, like my grandparents' time, I used to hear the word karma. என்ன பண்ணுறது, அவன் கர்மா அவ்வளோதான். Something happened and they will say what to do, this is his karma. So that way of saying shows that people have a understanding about their karmic reaction is there, so we have to act very carefully, good activities we should engage, not that act impiously, then you can be happy. That's not possible. The understanding is there. But unfortunately, in the modern days, people have no faith on this soul, karma, reincarnation, all these things. So we see people when something happens, when lose their close relatives or their money, some property, something, and they can't understand why it's happening. They just completely collapse. Many times they can't tolerate so much pain and they just commit suicide. They think by committing suicide, I will be relieved from all problems, all pain. Actually, if you brought up in nice traditional Vedic culture, you will never think of committing suicide, because you know that committing suicide is another very big criminal act. For that you have to suffer even more. So committing suicide is not the solution for the problem at all. So in the past people knew that. But now we see all over the world the rate of suicide is increasing. Especially young people. From 24 to 36, they say that more people are committing suicide. Due to mostly the work pressure, and this EMI is a big problem today in the society. People have so much desire to enjoy this material world, and they see any gadgets, anything. You know what is the biggest EMI, I mean the highest number of EMI people paying for it, for a phone. People purchase phone in EMI. So it means you understand, it's not that, necessary thing. Like, okay, you cannot buy the house for 50, 60 lakhs at once. So you get it in EMI. So monthly from salary you pay something. So it's Even after 20 years, after paying your EMI, you have your property, your money is safe. But this kind of gadgets like washing machine, refrigerator, mobile phone, all these things is not going to remain. More you use, and is more it becomes value. There is no any value for that anymore. You lose it. So for that thing, people just one after another, they become addicted to it. So the point is that why all these things are happening in the society? Because they think there is no soul, there is no karma, so life is one. Once this body is over, then everything is over. So let us enjoy. Whatever we see, whatever we want, let us get it this way, that way. Like a Charvaka Muni. Steal or beg or borrow or, any means. Exactly, there's the same thing is happening. People that they just wanted to get by any means for their sense gratification. So the result is people suffer more. So they don't learn to control their senses. Self-control is not there because of this. Vedic knowledge is not given to them. So they think life is meant for enjoyment. But actually, life is meant to perform tapasya. Tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam sutayet brahmasakyam tanantam. This is what Rishabhadevi says. Tapo divyam, for a transcendental cause, you perform tapasya, austerity, voluntarily. But now people are want to enjoy, but they have no enjoyment. They spend so much time to work and travel, this, that, and they get all these gadgets, refrigerator, TV, and no one is there to enjoy because they go out to work. Husband, wife, both they are out all day. And night when they come and they are so tired, they have no time to watch TV or use the refrigerator or anything. All day is just lying for nothing. Most of the case in the cities are like this now. So these are all because of this ignorance of this knowledge. So they see completely differently all these. They think they are enjoyer, they can enjoy. But actually, no one is enjoying. Everyone is suffering more and more. That's the reality. So here it says that Madhvacharya says, because envious person, however, even after being punished by the Lord for their purification, continue to envy him and be resentful. And this attitude is the reason for their continued failure to understand the absolute truth. Because of this enviousness is continuous. Even though they get punished by this material nature, Maya is heavily punishing old age, disease, death. One after another is coming. Adi Daivika, Adi Atmika, Adi Bhautika. Maya gives heavy slap. But still, you know, same Maya puts in the lap, okay, don't worry, now everything will be over. Next you are the, going to be installed as a king, so you will be the enjoyer. So they listen to Maya's these words, then they try to again trying to enjoy, but again they are getting failure. No one is succeeded in that way. So the idea is because they are ignorant, they are have no idea that we are here to purify our existence. We are here suffering, and they do not know even that much that they are suffering. They think everything is okay, everything is fine. Like Prabhupada said to someone, next life you will become a dog. And he say, oh, so what's wrong being a dog? So that much we cannot understand. Being dog is something wrong, something is miserable. That much cannot understand. So much they become dog. Most of this community, in the society, especially these educated, so-called educated people, are like that. So we have to, preach a lot because people are suffering. We have to show compassion. As a devotee, we got the opportunity to understand these points. And like now, Nagapatnis are praying, even though the Kalya was such a envious person, somehow by these Nagapatnis as a devotee, their association and different reason, now Krishna's mercy, he got purified. So in this way, like Nityananda Prabhu showed the mercy to Jagai Madai. Like this, even though people are envious, even though they are ready to attack or harm the devotees, but still devotees, and they don't become envious toward them, and they become more compassionate because they understand. Then naturally the swarupa of this, every jiva is a servant of the Lord. They are supposed to be, enjoy the eternal happiness, anandamaya vyasa. So somehow because of their lack of their knowledge, so they are suffering. This is how devotees see. So because of that, devotees' mercy, even though people are cruel, people are demoniac, they can get purified, they can get mercy, they can get out of this material world completely. So Lord is, as he said, that He is equal, He is samoham sarva bhuteshu. He doesn't see partiality. If someone is not following His instruction, if someone is particularly, if someone is becoming envious toward devotees or his preachers, and the Lord is immediately punishing. You see that Ambarish Maharaj Leela in Srimad Bhagavatam, Durvasa Muni, even though he is a Brahmana, Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitachit. The Brahmanas are very dear to him. But still, because Durvasa became envious toward Ambarish, he wanted to kill him. So Lord immediately is ready to punish him. He did not think, oh, Brahmanas are very dear to me, so he is Brahmana. He doesn't see partiality there. That's what here it says. Acharya says for this shloka that, what is that? Narakasura. He punished, and same time you can see also he protects Prahlad, even though coming from the demonic family. So here it proves that Lord is not partial; he is equal to everyone. And moreover, he is the Lord of all living beings. That's what Nagabhatnis thinks. Therefore, they dare to approach the Lord. So he is well-wisher. Sugradam Sarvabhutanam. He is well-wisher of all living entities, not just only Vrishni dynasty or Yadava dynasty, or only Hindus or only Indians. Not like that. Krishna for Lord for everyone, Jagannatha. He is Lord of the universe for all living entities. So he is really more eager than the conditioned soul to take back all the conditioned souls to his spiritual world. More eager than the jivas who are suffering here. They are not so much eager to go back, but still his Lord is very eager. He is waiting for it. Any opportunity comes, he is immediately helping him to get purified and go back home, back to Cowhead. So this is the wonderful nature of the Supreme Lord. If you understand, then it's very easy to surrender to him. Otherwise, we will go on trying to enjoy in this material world, and in that way we increase our suffering. Hare Krishna. So let's stop here. Any question or comment? Yeah. Another thing also I heard that nowadays because of this EMI culture is so much is prominent, there are many young people, they wanted to go for higher education, even though they are not able to spend the money, so they take a loan, education loan. You know what is the thing is, almost 40% of the people who are getting loan and trying for education, they drop out, 40% of them. Means they are losing their money and they never get the degree what they want because they drop out, because it becomes so difficult for them to, because of EMI, they have to work more to pay for it and they have no time to study, and all these things are happening. So in that way, the people who are lending the money, they are earning so much, so they promote more and more. Once you start search anything about it, they have so many, they say apps, just in one app, you just install one app and then just by one click, you get money immediately in your account. That much facility they give. Means they are, putting their nests very wildly, so you very easily captures everyone. Whoever is having material desire, they all will be captured by that. So you will never come out of this. But in the past, people knew. Janaka Pandit said that it's like a fire and death. These are all, you can't, wait for it, Immediately you have to take action and get rid of it, and fire capture like that. So, when you have death, you try to close it as early as possible. Don't get it again. But nowadays, people becoming addicted to it. Okay. Hare Krishna. கை தூக்குனீங்களா?